When thinking about what are the essential considerations when using technology in classrooms, how do you plan for that? And I think it's really about how do you create a space where children can use technology to create and to express their ideas and explore how to choose tools and create an environment where they can do creative learning using the principles of the 4 Ps, just like you would do with other materials. How can you choose tools that allow them to create a wide variety of projects and learn ideas in the process? And that's, as we develop tools like Scratch and Octave Studio, what we're thinking about is how do we create a tool that allows children with a lot of different ideas to bring in their own ideas, images, sounds, and express things that they see in the world around them and express their ideas. So some of the essential considerations with technology: how do you create an environment that supports creative learning? One thing is to think about what kind of a prompt or what kind of a theme can we present that will allow children to express their ideas. And there can be many different things, such as writing a story about something that you've seen, or say everyone is exploring, looking at butterflies, but what is each person or each group of children, what are they noticing and how can they represent what they've seen, the processes they've seen? And then a key thing is allowing them to experiment, try things out, see what works, and then in the end be able to share that with either other peers, younger kids in a school, or the community, having opportunities to share their work and share their ideas. That can really be motivating. Sometimes it can be hard as a teacher, especially first starting to use technology. You might feel like, oh, I have to know everything. But in fact, really the role of the teacher is what Seymour Papert called creating the conditions. He said the key role of the teacher is to create the conditions for invention. And that's what we've heard from young people who really get interested in Scratch over time. And what we hear from almost all of them is that first they were able to just start exploring and trying things out. So rather than feeling like you have to know and you have to teach them every step, actually it's better if you can say, okay, today we're gonna make, say, this character do something, choose a character, what can you figure out? And then they're in the role of the protagonist. Students are getting to find things, and then they can share their discoveries with each other. It makes the environment much more interesting, and they start to learn that they can figure things out, they can problem solve, and that they can work with their peers to learn from each other. Different people are going to find different things. And that a great thing about a tool like Scratch is that as you try things, you can see, is it working or not? And if it's not, you can try something else. And you can also look to see, when we asked students, how do you learn Scratch? How did you learn it? I always ask young people who really enjoy using Scratch, and these are all different ages from around the world. Usually what they say, almost always what they say is, just by trying things out, I figured it out. Or they say, oh, by looking at other people's projects, and that's a great thing about it, that you can, on the website or in a classroom, look at each other's projects. Oh, how did you do that? And you can see the code, and you can see how they created different images and that they added their own sounds, and you can remix that so you can build on each other's work. So I really think thinking of your role differently, rather than thinking I'm the one who's supposed to teach what each of these things mean, it's how do I create a space where children feel safe to try different things out? How do I propose a theme? And there's a lot of ideas on the Scratch Brazil website and on the Scratch website, different themes like creating a game, writing a story. So you can pick a theme, and it could be something you're already studying in the classroom. And so whether it's biology, history, writing about someone who inspires you, having students, so each student or each group of students will have an idea that they want to explore, and that makes it more interesting too. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay, that gives me an idea. And then having an opportunity, then also your role, asking questions. Sometimes that's really the key role, is like, oh, what are you thinking to do? oh, what do you want to try next? Oh, are you having a problem? What's happening? What do you want it to do? And usually that is what unlocks their own problem solving. So you don't have to solve the problem for them. It's like helping them. And what resources can you give them? They can look at other people's projects, ask questions. And so helping them, like creating this problem-solving environment and then a place where they can share. So that's really motivating. Okay, we're going to have time to share with other students in the school or with family and community. Then they have a motivation for creating a project and revising it to make it the way that they want it.